Peace.
Peace, everyone.
We back again.
Back again.
Episode 2, Chicago Detox. You know what I'm saying?
A Chicago Artistic Alliance original.
Most definitely. About to touch on a couple different issues. Like you say, about to get into episode 2. Pretty much talking about Ed Burke.
Ed Burke.
And Toni Preckwinkle.
Mm-hmm.
And, we're going to talk about a couple other things in between there too, but just get into it.
So getting into it, my name is Roger That, aka Shystro.
I'm Chong Marley, also known as KG Capone, professionally known as Wesley Rogers.
So now we're going to get into our topic, Ed Burke. Now, what do we know about the situation? Well, we know that he's under a FBI investigation.
Yeah, he's under investigation, but he got raided, so that's kind of
that's true. Yes,
that's
he did.
Kind of like a difference, like he got raided and then he got indicted, I believe.
Okay, that indictment, and I think that indictment involves attempt extortion, right?
Yeah, he tried to extort a Burger King owner, if I'm not mistaken, for some business. You know how they do it, but basically tried to extort a Burger King owner so they would do some business with his law firm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So get into that. We're gonna talk about politics. Now, the word of the day is politics, right? And so we're gonna give you a different way of looking into, in the Chicago Detox way, a different framework on how to look at politics as the game goes, right? So politics, think of it as the arena for resources and regulations management. That means it is the arena that take care of the resources and how the rules are played in this game.
That about sums it up.
All right. So the politics is about Ed Burke's politics. Was it right? Was it wrong?
I don't really know the facts, but at the end of the day, like from what it, I don't really know the facts, so I can't say was it right or was it wrong. But from what it sound like, it doesn't sound right.
Well, I don't think it sounds practical in how we should manage our resources or regulations, but we don't know. So, thinking on a deeper level, how does this tie or affect the mayoral race for?
I think the deeper part with the way it affects the mayor race is because, he was tied to, like we said, Toni Preckwinkle, you know what I'm saying? Like, she was pretty much, like one of his people, because it's like, you already know he plugged with the city and, Rom on his way out, you gotta,
But Toni Preckwinkle wasn't the only one, though.
Yeah, he was,
yeah,
I forget
Susan
her first
Mendoza.
name. Yeah, Susanna Mendoza.
All right. And then you have Gary Chico.
Yeah, but that's his boy.
That's his boy. And then you have one more person. You had Bill Daley.
Yeah.
All right. So you have 4 candidates, mayoral candidates, that all have ties to Ed Burke. Yeah. Now, whether we know whether he's guilty or not, should that be a factor in how you vote or how we vote in the city?
It depends on how you feel. Like, it's a lot of people talking about, Ed Burke still holds the workers' comp fund, and he's like the chair of the finance committee or something like that. So it's like when you look at stuff like that, it ain't even really about the vote, like he still kind of has a lot of power. He's in a position where he could do a lot of damage right now.
But hold up, he just stepped down from the finance committee. So now that he stepped down, what should happen now? Should that be a factor now that he stepped down?
I don't know. It might be, but he had to step down because it seemed like a conflict of interest pending the litigations that he has facing with him, so it's like, it all really depends on how you feel. Like, a lot of people, they gonna roll with him if he did stuff for them, and a lot of his friends, they still got his back. So I'm quite sure anybody who supported him and they supported them, it would be that type of situation, you know.
Well, I would say my take on it is he's not guilty until proven in, you know, right?
Yeah, he's
not guilty. He's not guilty until he's innocent until proven guilty. All right, I got it. I'm just used to my perspective dealing with the law.
The other way
but
around, but that's another.
Yes, that's another thing. I'm so used to it. You got to change it. So going back to that, because he hasn't been found guilty, in my opinion, I don't think it should make an effect on whether he should or anybody tied to him should be affected by that. But at the same time, I think that should be counted against them in regards to if they had any business ties.
I think it should just be an eye opener, you know. So you should just, you know, if you know, okay,
if you made money,
if
I feel like that
there,
should be
you know. But kind of dealing with, you know, like Toni Preckwinkle, she wasn't giving up the money at first, like as far as like the bread he raised for, you know, on the campaign. But it was like, you know, at the end of the day, now she doing it because, you know, she caught so much flack from, you know, people like, man, you know, like.
And I think she gave, how much did she give back?
$116,000.
Yes, $116,000.
Which was probably, you know, hard because, you know, I'm quite sure, you know.
The campaign, yes. And to have someone as powerful as Ed Burke to campaign on your behalf, definitely understand how easy it would have been hard to give that kind of money and how easy it was to get that money. So
yeah, I mean, because, you know, but I mean, on another note, like, but since we talking about Toni Preckwinkle, I don't think I could let it go without, you know, mentioning it. You know, like earlier today when I was watching the news, I mean, I think yesterday they was talking about it, but I seen more about it when they was talking about the ad that she had with the Laquan McDonald.
Oh, really? What about the ad?
She basically got a mayor's ad, you know, that she's running, talking about like she was the person responsible for bringing forward the Laquan McDonald, you know, tapes and all that.
Wow.
You know, and it's like, you know, the way, basically, in my opinion, the way the video just it looks kind of, you know, I mean, it looks bad. That's all I say. I won't really get into it, but it's, you know, it's kind of bad, and I feel it's kind of, you know, disrespectful to, you know, to the family. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I haven't seen the video, so I can't comment, but
not just the video, I'm talking about the commercial.
The commercial. Yeah. So for me, I haven't seen the commercial. Yeah. So I would say, just even thinking, I don't think that's even in good taste to use that case at all.
Like that don't even make sense. Like, you know, like just let that be. But it's like she really trying to, you know, piggyback off of that, you know, to kind of try to bounce back off the Ed Burke business. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't really get that. Like, you know. And like I seen her kind of, you know, talking about it, but it's just like, you know, like nah, you know, and like William Calloway, he running for 26th Ward Alderman.
That's
like,
what's up.
Definitely salute to him. We trying to get you, you know, get you on here.
Yes,
you know,
definitely
come holler at you and politic with you, because you definitely need to be a part of the Chicago Detox. You know, because we definitely, you know, trying to get it. But
we need more like minds. Exactly.
Most definitely. But like I was saying, like, just the whole thing with that is just like people are doing just, I don't get it. People are doing just, it might be, you might think it's like for a political game, but it's just like people are just doing just the unthinkable. You know what I'm saying? Like she's the one, like people probably don't even know, but she's the one that she pushed the soda, but the sweetened beverage tax.
Yes, sweetened beverage tax.
Which is like,
yes.
You know, like these are elected officials. You know what I'm saying? And it's like at the end of the day, like people, like taxpayers and, you know, people, you know, who are registered voters basically, you know, put their vote, you know, they cast their vote into, you know, these elected people to, you know, do their jobs, and their best solution to, you know, generate revenue is to actually tax the citizens of the actual, you know, the communities and the neighborhoods in which they reside in, you know, and that don't really make sense. Cause
I don't think so either.
It's like you want the citizens to go to work every day, but the reality is like, okay, you go to work every day, but you're not thinking about nothing. Like you're not really thinking of any ways it's gonna generate any type of revenue, you know, anything that's gonna like actually help the community or help, you know, anybody that could benefit from it. So it's just like, I don't know. It's just crazy. Like when I think about that, like
I guess for me,
for real.
looking at those options is either taxes or more taxes, and it's either those type of property taxes and the beverage taxes. I feel like are outdated models of how to generate revenue, and now we need to come up with ways to be producers in the city instead of where we're taking from consumerism
that's
or
really
ownership.
What politics should be about. Like when I think somebody was pushing like change was like their their theme, and it's like that's what everything should be about. Like if you moving forward, it should be about change, because if you get dealing with problems, then that means there's no sustainability in what's going on. Then you need to actually like provide some type of solution that'll actually either help the situation, or I mean, you need something. You need some type of result. You don't just want to keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting like a different result, because it's not gonna work. And then it's like the politicians who, are running the city is just, I don't get it. Like they my joint and just clicked off, but the politicians is like they don't really get. Hold on, I'm gonna just.
They don't connect with the everyday.
We should flip it back on it because I gotta read.
So we're still live on Facebook.
My video cut out. We back. Oh. So, but trying to think, where was I at?
So you were talking about you don't get as far as them being out of touch as far as them change.
Yeah, so really, I think so what I was trying to say, the point was dealing with the change, like, it's like we need some type of we need new faces in government, man, period. Like, I can't really try to, be all prophetic and say it, but, we need more modern government people, because it's like, y'all, nothing against them, but people with the old fashioned
ways, old fashioned tools.
Like, we take away two from you to give away. That don't really add up. And not not saying that we trying to take away from the less fortunate and the people who actually need stuff. Like, no, we actually saying that we gon' think and actually figure out ways and how we can generate revenue outside of trying to actually take revenue away from, like I said, the taxpayers of the community, because that's pretty much what it is. Like, everything is taxed. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real. Like, I don't smoke cigarettes, but like in Chicago, for real, is like, see, you paying more in taxes for cigarettes than cigarettes. They cost like $4. I think cigarettes like they cost like $12 out here. So it's like, come on, so. Look at that. That's some sweetened beverage tax. Like, come on. Pretty soon you're going to have a life tax. I remember a comedian said that a long time ago. Like, like, man, I ain't got no air. Like, like air tax. Like, come on. Like, for real. Mm-hmm. Taxation without representation. I could see if the tax was actually going for something and, they was actually providing, infrastructure and actually helping out in the schools and doing stuff. It's programs and all that stuff, but these programs actually don't help all of the people who need them. So
definitely agree. That's something we wanted to talk about, is digging deeper,
for real.
And so this was another episode of Chicago Detox,
most definitely.
And I am Roger that Shystro
and I am Chong Marley. You know what I'm talking about? And we'll be at y'all next time. And this is a Chicago Artistic Alliance original.
All right.
Chicago Detox.